Hey guys, it's Kendra. Today I'm here to do a video all on feeding babies. I have 8-month-old twin girls, and they have just become crazy. They've become crazy. I have learned never ever say something's easy, because that is when they will decide, you know what, I'm gonna start moving around, and it's no longer easy. There were 2 months when it was like awesome, and I was like, this is great, I can get stuff done, I can, you know, when they're awake, I can do all this stuff, and now, no, now it is another story. I will talk more about that in my 7 and 8 month update, but in today's video, I just want to share with you guys all the questions you've asked me on, mostly on Instagram direct messages. I get so many questions asking about feeding them. So I'll just give you a timeline of when I was nursing them, what I was using as far as products go, and then when I started introducing formula, and now solids. So I hope you guys get some good information in this video, and let's jump right in. So to start, I nursed the girls up until they were 6 months old. Around 4 months is when my milk supply started to go down, and I noticed that because they stopped gaining weight. So I had to start incorporating some formula into their diet because they just weren't getting enough milk. But I wanted to share with you guys a few things that did help my milk supply, help it keep going for a couple more months, because I was able to go to 6 months. I kind of was just like holding on for dear life. I was like, come on, there's a little bit left. And once 6 months hit, it was kind of like, okay, there is nothing left. But I did drink mother's milk tea. I don't have any more of it left, but I will link all these products I'm talking about down below. I got the mother's milk tea. The company was Earth Mama Angel Baby. I love that company. They have really good natural products. So I did drink that tea, which I do think it did help. I also used the Mother Love supplements. There's the More Milk. I think I had the More Milk Plus, and I got those again from Vitacost. And I think using those in combination did help me a lot. And a couple other things you can do, you know, like you gotta make sure you drink a ton of water. And there's a lot of things that you can research that people say help with your milk supply. I also ate a lot of oatmeal. But once I needed to start incorporating some formula, I did a lot of research on different formulas because I knew I wanted to get, you know, the best option I could. So this is the one that I ended up liking the most. I did try the Earth's Best, and this one just beat it out as far as ingredients goes. This is called the Baby's Only Organic Dairy. It's non-GMO, it's DHA and ARA. There's also one that is not the DHA and ARA, which is a little bit cheaper. I usually order these in bulk. Like, I usually get 12 at a time. I get them off Vitacost because you can't find them many places. That is kind of a pain sometimes if you're having to run out and grab if you're out of formula, which is why I try to get a lot at a time. A lot of people have asked me, because it says toddler formula at the top. That is just because this company recommends nursing for a year before you give formula to your baby. So that's why it says toddler. But the girls really like this, and they haven't had any bad reaction to it. They've also tried the Lacto Relief one. I don't really know if they not prefer one, but I feel like they responded the same to each one. One thing I did notice after I was using the Earth's Best, then switching to this, the scent of this is so good. It smells kind of like a sweet cake batter. A lot of formulas smell not so good. So I really like that this one smells good, and then when they spit up, it doesn't smell as bad either. So this is what I use when I was just supplementing. I would fill up their bottles to like 4 or 6 ounces, and then I would just see how much they needed. Sometimes they would only drink a couple ounces, sometimes they'd have 6 ounces. So you really never know how much they need. Usually babies stop when they're full. Now, since they're just doing formula, I usually give them 7 ounces. Now they drink a little bit more, so 7 ounces every feeding, meaning every time they wake up, I feed them. And then right before they go to bed, I give them 8 ounces, and they usually drink all of their bottles. So I looked up like the chart as to how much they should be getting every feeding for formula at 8 months, and they're kind of on the lower end. I don't know like the exact ounces, but I think it's like 6 to 8 ounces every time you feed them or something like that. And then these bottles I really like now. We first used Komotomo when they were little, and then we used the Baby Breeza, and I had these. I ordered these, and I never really used them because they wouldn't take to them because they're Nook, and they have the different tip, which is good for your mouth development. But they just didn't like them, and they didn't like the pacifiers like this either. But one day they randomly decided that they liked them. So now we use these bottles, one, because they're easier for them to start holding by themselves, and they drink out of them a lot faster, which is awesome. When you have 2 babies and you have to feed both of them, it takes a lot of time. So I think they're medium flow like the other ones I had, but for some reason it comes out faster, and I appreciate that a lot more. And they also really like Minnie Mouse on here because they love Mickey Mouse Clubhouse. So if they're ever fussy, I just show them this and they smile. And I got these from Vitacost. I think everything I'm talking about in this video is from Vitacost, so everything will be linked down below. Also, I think my shirt is very appropriate for this video, twinsies. I got this from Nordstrom when I was pregnant. So I started introducing solids. Oh my god, Kyla is just snuggling up to me. I started introducing solids when they were 6 months old. I know they say you can start around 4 months, but the girls weren't sitting up yet and they just did not seem ready for solids yet. Around 6 months, they started watching me a lot more when I was eating, and I could just tell that I wanted to start giving them some. So just kind of feel your babies out. And then this is the food that I use for them. It's by Earth's Best. It's organic, and they have different ones depending on how old they are. So I started off with the stage 1, which is 4 month plus, and now they're using some of the ones that have stage 2, which is 6 months and up. So this is peas. They actually don't really like peas, but their favorites are carrots, sweet potatoes, apples, bananas. They like a lot of fruit. But in the beginning, I was just making my own. I would puree sweet potatoes. I would just bake sweet potatoes, throw them, I would peel the skin off, throw them in the Vitamix, add a little water, and I'd have a ton. But now, anything that I can save a little time, I do. So I just buy the jars. It's nice and organic, and all that's in here is the actual, fruit or veggie. So I think sweet potatoes might have been the first thing I gave them. Oh no, I gave them egg yolk first. They recommend not giving them whites because it's harder to digest. So I just would boil an egg, scoop out the egg yolk, mush it up, and then I would add a little bit of formula to that. So it kind of resembled the texture of baby food. And I was doing egg yolks for kind of a while, but then I was realizing that it was making them constipated, and I didn't know what it was. And finally I started researching the foods I was giving them, and some people were saying that egg yolks can be constipating to babies. So we've kind of chilled on the egg yolk situation, and they've been better. I think I might just start incorporating it slowly at a time and see how they do. But yeah, sweet potatoes, egg yolks, those are the first things I had them try. They tried avocado, weren't the biggest fans of avocado. I also give them some of it's oatmeal, it's by Earth's Best, and I have it in the kitchen right now. It just comes in a box, I'll put it down below. I would do that mixed with a little bit of formula and a little bit of fruit so they could, like the taste of it a little bit more. So now, like a typical day for us is they do a bottle in the morning, and then about an hour later, I'll feed them some oatmeal, a little bit of fruit in there, and they usually eat a pretty good amount. Violet definitely is harder to feed. She's usually not very interested, but June typically likes most things I give her. And then after their morning nap, I give them another bottle, and I'll usually get a jar of veggies and a jar of fruit and give them the veggies first so that they'll eat that first, and then I can give them something that tastes a little better. Like I think a jar of sweet potatoes. If they eat the whole jar, then I'll get another one. If they don't, then that's fine. And then at night, I will do a little bit more oatmeal and a little bit more veggies. That's usually how our day goes as far as food. Sometimes they will eat 2 jars between the 2 of them. Sometimes they'll just split a jar. It really just depends. And sometimes, some weeks are more hungry than other weeks, depending if they're going through a growth spurt or not. And then these are the bowls I really like. These ones are by Nook. They come in a pack, and they have these really tight lids that you can put on, which is great if you, didn't use all of the oatmeal. You can just store this for later. I love these too. These are by Soul Life, and they are recycled. They're safer. They're dishwasher safe. They're very durable. They also have matching little spoon and fork. So I love these. I also have these in a square shape as well. And then I have these Munchkin spoons too. They come in a pack, and they're nice soft silicone. I think that's everything that I wanted to share with you guys as far as food items that I'm using for the girls. And if there are some things that I didn't talk about that you guys are wondering, just let me know in the comment section. I'll try to get back to all of you. I hope you guys all found this helpful. Make sure to subscribe to my channel if you are new, and I will see you very soon.